Hey everybody, welcome. Well, I'm not really an accessory guy, but during my little game review hiatus, I've had a couple of things land on my front porch that I thought I'd go ahead and share with you. And today we're going to start with the Oregon Laminations model C006 counter trimmer. On their website, it's referred to as a corner rounder, or the heavy duty or deluxe corner rounder. It's the next step up from the older version that looks like a pair of pliers. Anyway, I don't have any experience with the older version. I've kind of stuck with fingernail clippers up until now, but this thing's pretty cool. So anyway, why don't I give you a real close look at it and check it out, and we'll clip some counters. Here is the box it came in. Nothing spectacular. It was shipped inside this plastic bag, so that's what you can expect to receive on your porch there. So here's the star of the video, the C6 corner rounder, and yeah, there's not a whole lot to it. You got good, solid, thick steel. You would place your counter in here like this, and focus. There we go. Place the corner into that little hole and then just clamp down on it, and it trims the corners for you. This is the 2mm version. The rest of it, this is not cheap hollow plastic. This is like a solid polymer. You look on the inside, you can see there's a really big thick spring in there that provides the tension. If anything, this thing really appears overbuilt to me, which is a good thing. I've already dropped it on the concrete floor of my garage once, and it suffered not even a scratch. I've gone through about 1,000 counters with it. I've just spent the past few days just clipping some counters and playing around with it. And boy, it just eats them right up. Really quickly, just give you a little look at the before and after. These are 5/8 counters. This is of course unclipped, and this is the end result after using the C6 corner rounder. Again, this is the 2mm corner rounder. I just personally prefer a little bit more of a rounded edge. They also have a 2.5 and 3mm version of this counter clipper, and of course, you know, it's all a matter of what your personal taste is with how you like your counters to look. They also have a 5mm version, which I think would just be crazy overboard. But this is the 2mm before and after. Oh, and also, here's a little bitty 1/2" counter that I clipped, so it does the small ones really good as well. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll clip some counters here. I know, really exciting, right? I just want to show you how this thing works. There's before. And focus. And after. I understand with the old version of this, the kind that looked like the pliers, Frequently focus, darn it, would encounter problems seating the counter into the cutting die. I mean, here that's just not a problem. I mean, you're either, as you can see, I mean, it's either in there or it's not. And if you don't have it seated correctly, see, nothing happens. So even an uncoordinated buffoon such as myself can use this with no problem. There's no guesswork involved. There's no feeling around. There's no wondering if it's seated correctly or not. Also, all your clipping waste, it gets caught in there, and every fourth or fifth counter, if I don't have it tilted, I just give it a little tilt, and the leavings just spill right out. I have tried to jam this thing up, and it doesn't. It just keeps on plowing right through them. Zero problems. I am not a speed guy. I'm a very patient man. I don't need to blast through these at 100 miles an hour. And yet I find that I can bang through these very quickly, even for me. I imagine you speed demons out there, once you get into a good rhythm, you could really pound through counters very quickly. I'm not even really trying, and I feel awkward right now because I'm doing this through the camera's viewfinder. Whoops, that's one I already clipped. And I'm just plowing right on through. So yeah, it gives me really nice, consistent results. I like it. There we go. And now we're all clear for next time. Again, I've tried to clog this thing. I've tried to jam it up, and was not successful. It just keeps right on a clipping. So yeah, that's the Oregon Laminations C6 Deluxe Heavy Duty Corner Rounder. A couple little things I had to let you know, because as I mentioned, this is, you know, solid steel polymer. All the weight is on this part of the clipper, and it does have some heft to it. I imagine you could probably bonk somebody over the head with this pretty effectively. But yeah, if you're doing a marathon counter clipping session with this, plus it's got a very strong mainspring, yeah, your hand is going to get a little tired, but tell you what, with regular use of this thing, you're going to have a kung fu grip. But it just does a great job. You know, again, my personal taste, I like a little more pronounced rounding effect on my counters, but they have a 2.5 and 3 millimeter version of this, which I don't know, maybe someday down the road I'll try, but in the meantime, this thing's great. Cleans up my counters really nice, very consistently, built to last. I think I'm gonna wear out long before the C6 corner rounder does. So yeah, I believe they're selling it for $45 plus shipping on Oregon Laminations website. I don't know. I suppose at first blush that might seem like a little bit much, but gosh, this is something that's going to last you for years of regular use. It's sturdy, it's dependable. Yeah, so that's going to be it. That's the Oregon Laminations C6 corner rounder for your game counters. Hope you enjoyed this little accessory review. I got another one coming up soon. But until next time, happy gaming, everybody.